This is called shin box. It's a shin box rotation. And this is the way that I do it. And I like to use my hand on the base of my foot to help me to generate more rotation. And the first few times I did this, I didn't feel anything at all. It took me a bit of time to actually get into the position and start to be able to really feel the stretch. You're feeling this predominantly across the bottom of the spine. It's kind of in your obliques on both sides. And kind of up the upper back as well a wee bit, just depending on how you sit back into it. Okay, from shin box rotation, I've tucked my foot underneath my body. Now, this, if your ankle mobility is going to determine whether you can get into this position or not. It took me time to do this. So a lot of people struggle with this because they don't have the right ankle mobility. So you can see my foot's tucked all the way under and it's cradle and my hip's just sitting against it, and I'm extending through the hip to stretch off the thigh. So I've got this running all the way from the hip right down to the kneecap, and the thigh's getting a nice stretch. This is me warming myself up to get into a full quad opener. So this exercise is called a quad opener. As you're opening up the thigh, the quadricep, which is a muscle running from the knee to the hip on the front of the body. Now I'm going to come down gently a wee bit further down onto the elbow. If you've got a yoga cushion, a meditation cushion, yoga blocks or whatever, you can put that under your back just to give you a bit more safety. And now you'll see I've repositioned my foot. I've got my knee tucked in and my foot over, and I'm lying flat onto my back. There's a slight curve in my lower back, but that's normal just with the way I'm positioned. And I've got my arms positioned behind my head, and I'm reaching. But I'm also driving that hip through. This is quite an intense stretch to do if you're not mobile enough to be able to access each element of it in sequence properly and fully. Do not try to come down onto the floor, because 1, you're either going to get hurt, or 2, you're going to get stuck, or 3, you're going to get hurt and stuck. And we don't want that. I'm lying here comfortably for 60 seconds. I do this every day, so I find it quite easy because it's a daily thing. These stretches I do every day. So I'm rabbiting on about it, but it's a very intense position to get yourself into. I'm going to come up and I'm going to get myself into shin box on the opposite side. Again, I'm rotating over. I've got my top hand over on the shin. I'm gripping onto the top of the shin, just below the knee. And I've got my bottom hand palm facing the way, pushing in against the sole of my foot. And I'm using that as a way to torque, to get more rotation through my hips. At the same time, I'm trying to sit my right glute down further, sit it down and back. It's hard to see what's really going on with this stretch and this movement. As I said, it's a strange one to begin with. But once you get into it and you know what you should be feeling, it allows you to work on those rotations through the hip. And now I'm going to go into quad stretch. So I've tucked my ankle. So now I'm going to go into the quad stretch. I'm starting to warm myself up for getting deeper into the quad stretch. For a lot of people, this will be enough. So I've tucked my foot under, as you can see. And I'm just pushing my hip up, squeezing my bum cheek on my right glute, and allowing the quad to stretch. And now I'll bring myself down onto my opposite elbow. So the thigh that I'm stretching, opposite elbow. So that's the next progression. Putting something underneath your lower back for support, like a meditation cushion, or a couple of yoga blocks, or even a roller, just will give you a wee bit of kind of peace of mind. And just to know it's there, feeling something on your back just helps you when you're trying to progress into these deeper ranges. Now I've repositioned my foot at the front, I've got my knee tucked in behind the ankle, and I'm straight down and on the floor, and I'm getting myself, adjusting into the position so that I can feel the stretch, but also so that I can work deeper into the stretch. I'm stretching my right thigh, so I've got my right arm behind my head, and I'm pushing the shoulder down. I'm breathing as I'm driving that hip up and the knee down. I'm stretching back as well. It just helps to take the stretch into a different range and also to maximise the effect of it.